Well, he wasn't Olivier, let's put it that way.
No, but I think it was worked in his contract from Colonel.
Oh, Parker,
yeah.
Tom Parker, yeah.
I think he had this set up all the time. He had say-so what got on the film and what didn't.
Well, he made enough films that, you know,
exactly.
even I was at a gala the other day, which was an evening with Elvis, where he of the Ocean is.
Well, the original script on that was cute. It was interesting.
Yeah.
The Colonel cut. So
it made it so simplistic.
It was simplistic. It didn't make any sense. You know what I mean? So.
And was he a sort of
lovely
nice Southern boy, you know, a
Southern,
gospel singer, loved his mum and dad, that kind of person?
Exactly. Very, very quiet, very sweet, very mannerly. Just a dear boy.
Yeah.
And he had a huge following by that time already. And people were like dying to be cast in that picture. I don't know how I got it, but I did. But again, all of the actresses, they were actresses by now. They weren't, you know, extras or tiny bit players. Nobody got a line in. Everybody, but you have to be in this strata just to get up for that picture because everybody wanted to be in it.
And he's the perfect example of someone who's making more money now than he ever did when he was alive.
That's right.
Because of obviously the rights, Graceland, you know, all the other stuff that goes with it.
Yeah.
Making millions.
That's right.
And the songs still last. They're very classic.
That's it.
Great stuff.
Exactly.
You're very lucky.
I love some of his earlier songs. They were beautiful.
And I got on my crib notes here, you were many times featured on jazz album covers and popular magazines of the day, including, dare I say, Playboy.
Yes.
Now, of course, if that was now, you wouldn't be featured in it, because they're not going to feature, are they? Any naked people in the magazine, or whatever.
Well, I only did it with he had been after me for 2 years.
Yes.
And I had done a darling thing called A Date in Las Vegas, where I went up with a date to Las Vegas, starlet date to Las Vegas, and it just shows where we went, the clubs and this and that. 2 young people, actress Sally Todd and her date, and that's all I would do. I wasn't about to do any nudity.
And it garnered great reviews, and Hugh Hefner then came looming, pajamas or otherwise.
Yes.
Well, did you actually meet him?
No,
he
did everything by phone. No, he didn't have that then.
Oh, he didn't know?
He was still in Chicago at the home days.
Okay.
And he would phone, you know, every few months and say, he'd get my mother or something, say, Mrs. Todd, how do you feel about this Playmate thing this summer? She says, well, you'll have to talk to her about it. And I was afraid it would hurt my career because, you know, nudity wasn't that big a thing.
No, well, indeed, and as you know, he's going to be buried next to Marilyn Monroe at the Westwood Memorial Cemetery there, because he's actually got the space right next to her. And she was his first Playboy playmate.
That's right.
Absolutely. And then he bought that lovely house on Charing Cross Road.
Yes.
And I played in the grotto there, would you believe it or not, on their 25th anniversary.
Really?
But that's my book. That's my book on that concert. But did anything else happen with Hugh Hefner? Any dalliance or
no.
just chasing you to be in Playboy?
It's strictly business. And when the money got to a point where I couldn't say no, I said, well, I will do it if we just do a back shot. As little nudity as possible.
And what did he say to that?
He said, fine.
He was agreeable to that?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, looking back at your career, which has been pretty extraordinary, and all the characters you've known from the 50s and the 60s, is there any particular moment in those 2 or 3 decades that really stands out in your memory as being such really poignant, pertinent, or a major step for you in your career?
That's kind of hard to say, because in those days, everything was magical. Everything was magical and golden. It was wonderful, and I don't think I could do it today, because the romance is gone, as far as I'm concerned. And just being there, even just going on interviews and having, meeting suddenly Cary Grant or Gary Cooper in the office, that's enough for anybody, isn't it?
How do you think, from the 50s and 60s, who are now 50 years later, 60 years later, how do you think Hollywood has changed? And obviously not for the better, in your opinion. There's lots of special effects, lots of people being shot, aliens attacking, whatever. And that the old style and charm of Hollywood with the Jimmy Stewarts and Gregory Pecks, who are just real gentlemen compared to some of the stars they have now. Exactly. Not all of them, but how do you think it's changed? Obviously for the worse.
In every way. And I hate to say it, but I don't, it's not, to me, it's not Hollywood. It's not the movies anymore. It's, action films and deals being done with, huge corporations. And
Mega millions.
yes. And there's no romance. You'd walk through a studio anywhere in town, and you'd run into wonderful people, and magic was in the air, literally, all the time. It was so fun. I would have paid them if I had money.
And so if you had your life to live over again,
yeah.
what would you do? Would you go back and do that, but in the present era, or you would avoid Hollywood like the plague, having learned from your 2 decades?
I don't think I could do it again. Because I would get bored or frightened from the way things are run now. You know, even if I'd been given all kinds of opportunities, I don't think I could have competed. You know, today top actresses have to run and fight and dance and sing and fall down and then be naked in the bedroom. And I don't think I could have done it.
And how do you think that Hollywood deals with older actresses like the Meryl Streeps and the Glenn Closes of this day and age? And Jane Fonda is the perfect example. Do you think there's still room for them, or that there's a lot of ageism in Hollywood now?
There is a lot of ageism, I think, and it's
if you're
sad.
30, you're over the hill.
It's sad. It's very, very sad. But I look up and I see Meryl Streep suddenly singing and dancing everywhere, and it's
Into the Woods being the perfect example.
Oh,
exactly.
Yes,
yes.
Well, she's so good. She could compete forever.
Yes.
And I'll tell you, not the faint of heart could make it after a certain age anymore, because the demands are awful. And if you aren't the leading lady, you have to be the witch, right?
Yes, exactly.
And pull it off looking great, which Meryl Streep did.
Broom with a View.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Angelina
Jolie.
Angelina Jolie played this wonderful, what was the name of that thing she did that recent? Did you see it?
Which movie?
The recent
she did that
animated thing recently.
Oh, Malevolence.
That's it.
Absolutely.
She was great. She was fabulous. But my God, you know.
Yes, and she's quite a dame. You know, she got a dame look from Queen Elizabeth.
God,
she went to Buckingham Palace and got the decoration. Oh. So she really is a dame.
How heavenly!
At her age, isn't that amazing? And there's this lovely picture of her with Her Majesty, looking terribly smart and wonderful.
Yes. Well, she deserves it, really.
Well, I think she's one of a shining icon of the females in Hollywood and all that. Now,
that's right.
Do you have any favorite actor or actress that you commend now that you'd like to go and watch?
Today, let me think. This is hard. There are several that are very, very good and I admire, but I can't think of them right now. You know, the very young kids. I just can't think of them right now, truthfully. I'm sorry.
Do you think it's easier to break into Hollywood now because of all the various outlets for film and broadcast with cable and Netflix and everything else? Because it needs a lot of fuel to be supplied to keep the Hollywood fire going.
That's true.
Is it harder, do you think, or less hard to do?
I don't know. I really don't know. I would think it would be harder, truthfully. Because you can't get past any door without security everywhere in the world.
Yes.
And in those days, people used to just take a chance on an agent or a producer and walk in his office, you know, if you're crazy enough.
And do you think that the Hollywood couch system is still prevalent? That, you know, if you want to get anywhere, you know, you have
I don't think
certain things. Hopefully not.
I don't think they need it anymore because morals, unfortunately, no one has to try that hard.
Yeah.
You can get that anywhere, right? At the dry cleaner.
I see that. Well, Sally, you've had an extraordinary career.
Oh, thank you.
And as you keep saying, buy the book. There are a few copies here. And we wait for your follow-up. Do you ever think you want to do a follow-up to this, or have you spilled the beans in this one alone?
I keep remembering things I forgot to put in there, so who knows?
Do you make a notation so that you can do it for the next time? So
Notorious
2.
Maybe.
Yeah, the sequel.
Maybe.
Anyway, congratulations.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for talking.
Thank you, Don.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes.